Start now.
All right. So good morning. Welcome to our Heart Healthy Expo. My name is Chef Adrienne, and I thank you for stopping by my demo. In the spirit of heart healthy food and living, we are doing a delicious speared tuna with fresh fruit salsa, packed with omega-3s. Does anyone know what omega-3 is?
It's like oil.
Using peanut butter.
It's like
and,
oil,
kind of, sort of like, there's oils that have omega-3s in them. It actually is very good for your heart because it lowers your triglycerides, your blood pressure, and your total cholesterol. But other than your heart, it's good for your brain, so it helps with Alzheimer's, ADHD, and also depression as well. So we're going to get started with our salsa over here. You can see I already made some. It's really colorful, and you kind of want to let it sit for a little bit to marry all the flavors together. But this salsa is great because there's no added salt to it. It has flavors of the juices and zest and all that. So I just want to show you real quick with our vegetables. You just want to cut your tomato really thin, and you want all your vegetables to be pretty uniform in size, just for good presentation. And since this dish is so super simple to make, you can really spend time on your vegetables and fruits to make it cut well. All right, I'm going to have you grate some ginger. So this is just a microplane, and we have fresh ginger that I peeled the outside. If you go ahead and just zest some ginger in there for some flavor. And then I have an orange here. I cut the top and bottom off, and now I'm just cutting around the skin. This is just a pretty way of presenting the orange. It's called a supreme, and you just go along the membrane and then cut out the segment. Perfect, thank you. And then you just want to chop your orange again in the little bites. All right, so for some more flavor and zest, we have a lime. I'm going to roll it a little to get the juice out. And then if I could have another volunteer to zest this lime.
Oh, I'd love to do it.
Awesome. So about like half of the lime in there. And so for extra fruit and color in here, we have a mango. And same way with the tomato, you just want to cut it into small bite-sized pieces and remove the skin, of course.
What are some good flavor combinations for salsas?
For salsas, well, this one is a very sweet salsa, besides the zest and juice of the lime. But you could go any way with it. You could do Asian flavors, would be really good with the tuna. Or do like a fresh tomato salsa would be good as well. Does anyone know there are 3 types of omega-3s? Does anyone know any of them? They're all letters. They're all acronyms. There is EPA, DHA, and ALA. And actually our EPA and DHA come from foods like fish, like our tuna, salmon, sardines. And then our ALA actually comes from plant oils and nuts. And in the body it actually gets converted to DHA and EPA because that's what your body uses. All right, and then for some heat, we have a jalapeno. We're just going to mince it really small. You don't want big bites of it in there. But you do want some heat. All right, and then everyone knows what this is. Dessert. Cilantro. So cilantro gives a lot of good flavor. Any fresh herb would to this. Instead of using salt, focusing on our heart health, it's really good to add fresh herbs. And it also gives it a lot of color and visual appeal as well. Just chop that.
Chef Adrienne, I can't get my husband to eat fish. What's another way to get those omega-3s in?
Well, omega-3s are in a lot of various oils, like the sesame oil we're using today, and also nuts, walnuts, pecans, peanut butter, like you said. So there's other options as well.
But isn't that omega-3 ALA? And isn't that a little bit less absorbed by the body?
You're right, yeah, it is ALA. It's less absorbed, but it still gets converted to EPA and DHA. So you might need a little more than you would if you were eating fish. Yeah, so this is what our salsa looks like, pretty visually appealing here. And then for our tuna, we're going really simple with this. So I'm just going to For tuna, you just want to sear the outside and then have it pretty medium rare to rare on the inside. So, like I said, other sources, just like I said, like olive oil and these, but sesame oil actually has more polyunsaturated fats than olive oil. A lot of people don't know that. Olive oil seems to be the heart-healthy oil, but sesame oil does as well. So I'm just going to brush one side of our tuna with the sesame oil, and then season with a tiny bit of salt and pepper, just on one side, because when we flip it, we can do the other side that way. All right. So just make sure your pan's pretty hot before you sear it. Does anyone have questions about omega-3s or any kind of fats? You haven't ever heard of?
What are saturated fats?
Saturated fats are on the other spectrum of fats, so you want to eat those in moderation. They're not as good for your heart. They're actually exactly how they sound, saturated, so it kind of blocks your arteries, and omega-3s kind of wash them out. Okay.
So omega-3s are poly and monounsaturated fats?
Yes, you're right. Which are both good for you. All right.
What's your take on fish oil pills?
Fish oil pills are a good way to supplement for omega-3s if you don't get it in your normal diet. If someone doesn't like fish or just doesn't have the means to have it in your diet, they're a good way to get it as well. I would always recommend getting it from your diet though. So you can see that it's super hot, it's kind of smoking, and that's what you want. And just don't touch it for a minute. Don't sear really well on that side. So for our salsa, besides the vegetables we just cut up, I also put in some onion and then another mango that was a little more ripe to kind of mush it all together and make it more saucy-like. Okay.
So when you sear something, what's going on in the pan?
When you sear something, you're getting that really good caramelization, that brown color, the visual appeal that you want when you're plating. And the reason why you don't want to touch it, move it around, is because you'll lose that color. And the fish will naturally take itself away from the pan once it creates that crust. Yeah.
Walk away? Walk away?
Walk away? Tuna cooks so fast I wouldn't walk away from that, but things like chicken, you can walk away for a minute. So you see how it let up pretty easily? You just want to flip it. Brown color.
They need more gas than the others.
Yep.
Chef Adrienne, is there a cheaper way to maybe get these omega-3s in, or a more convenient way if I can't find the tuna?
Yeah, tuna is actually pretty expensive. Salmon is a great way. Canned tuna also has omega-3s, your nuts and oils. Yeah, so there's definitely other ways. And you also, have you all heard of omega-6s? That's different than omega-3s. They're actually more widely available, especially in the American diet. It's more in our processed foods, and most people get more than enough omega-6s. That's why you hear more about omega-3s and how essential they are in your diets.
So then, well, I heard something about one of the omegas being pro-inflammatory and one of them being anti. So can you talk more about that?
Yeah, omega-3s are anti-inflammatory, so that's why it's really good for your heart. And the omega-6s are actually pro-inflammatory, so that's why there is a concern of people getting too much of that in the American diet, but omega-3s help to kind of offset that. All right, so I'm going to turn that off and go ahead and plate our salsa up here. I don't know if I mentioned this, but omega-3s are actually not produced in your body at all, so that's why it's so vital to get them from your diet. Alright, so I just like to plate it right on top. A little drop of salsa. And then I have some cilantro just for a little garnish. Alright, so glad you guys came to my demo. I hope you can try this recipe at home. If anyone has questions, I forget